This is a piece of advice for my fellow YouTubers, foreigners visiting my home country, Bangladesh. I am a British citizen now, living in Western countries, mostly in England and Canada. As you are visiting Bangladesh, do bear in mind that Bangladesh is a beautiful country when it comes to nature. But I have to tell you this with a very sad heart. This is the worst country for social media activists. One of the founders of YouTube was Jawad Karim, son of a Bangladeshi migrant in Germany. But unfortunately, Bangladesh is the worst country for free speech activists. Those of you who are YouTubers, you should value free speech. Those of you who are social media activists should value free thinkers. Many of free thinkers were killed in the recent past by Islamists in Bangladesh. Overwhelming majority, so-called peace-loving majority Muslims in Bangladesh, they dare not talk against Islamists. There is no free speech. So when we are criticizing religion, as you know, most of you come from countries where free speech is respected. Many of you are coming from Australia, UK, Canada, USA. But do, please, I implore you to listen to this piece of advice very, very carefully. Bangladesh is in fact far worse than Pakistan or even Afghanistan now. Far worse. You can say it's impossible, but that's the reality. Fortunately, Bangladesh is a country which is surrounded by India on three sides and Myanmar in the corner, and you have the Bay of Bengal. And it is a bit far away from other Muslim majority countries. But if Bangladesh was next to Pakistan or Afghanistan, you would have seen some serious fanatic Islamist activities, far worse than Afghanistan and Taliban could ever even imagine. Nowhere in the world, social media activists were killed for free speech more than in Bangladesh. Nowhere in the world. So be careful there, my friends. What you say, even the slightest comments can put you in trouble because they're watching you. Now, if you take the help of a translator and try to dig into Islamic wars, right? Islamic wars, W-A-Z, in Bangladesh. Islamic wars in Bangladesh about Christianity, about America, about England, about Australia. Do this, yeah? Do some research and you will see hell breaking loose. What sort of speeches they're delivering? What sort of hatred they're spreading against people of the West? What sort of hatred they're spreading against the Jews, against the Christians of the West, against America, against Hindus? You'll be throwing up. And vast majority of Bangladeshis Support them. Support them by remaining silent. If you walk about in any of the major cities or even small cities in Bangladesh, you will see women are wearing burqas, top to cover. Or you can say that's their freedom. Of course, that's their freedom. But it is something to be worried about when only 2 decades ago, Bangladeshi women were not wearing even the hijab, the headscarf. They were not even, forget about burqa, not even 0.5% were wearing burqas. But suddenly this jump. Why? Because of the Taliban connection of the Hefazat Islam, from the biggest madrasa or Islamic society of Bangladesh, Hathajari, or the millions of Bangladeshis who are going to the Middle Eastern countries, getting brainwashed with Salafism and Wahhabism and coming back. So whenever you are in Bangladesh, you will see many of them will ask you, are you Muslim? Even if you say, Assalamu alaikum, you have learned the culture. They will, the next thing they will ask, are you Muslim? Are you Muslim? So be careful, my friends. People like me, and there is Mufti Masood, there is Asad Noor, there is Taslima Nasreen. We can't even go there because you know why? Because we get death threats by the minute just for practicing our free speech. We don't insult any community. We don't spread hatred against any community. But we are under serious threats every fucking minute, my friend. Sorry for my French. I personally received over 17,000 death threats. I had to go to the British High Court for this against Facebook. Now I'm going against the YouTube to British court because we are getting death threats by the moment, by the minute, and getting harassments by the second. They love to hate. You don't believe me? We'll find out, my friends. Just do a bit of research about Islamism in Bangladesh and the deaths and murders of social media activists. I have lost over a dozen of verified Facebook pages. I have lost more than a dozen YouTube accounts because they can't win logically, they can't win with reason, and they will hack your accounts. They will make false copyright claims. They will make all kinds of false reports, like together, like a tribe. They have Facebook pages where they flock together just to monitor all other social media free thinkers. So if we write even a word against Islamism or hatred or tribalism in Islam, or even criticize the Quran in any way, constructively even, we always criticize constructively. And they will then again, like a marauding hyenas, these Islamists will make reports against our posts and they will deactivate our account because Facebook is a total failure. So do you want to be in a country like that? So if you are my friends, be careful. I'm worried about your safety and security. I am. So let this be a piece of advice for you, fellow YouTubers, travelers who are going to Bangladesh. I don't want you to regret later on. Even our WhatsApp accounts are being hacked just to spread lies against us, to misinform our friends. Because if because I'm an apostate, that is an automatic death threat for us, automatic death sentence for me. I've been told I can't even step into my country. I haven't been there. I haven't even stepped into my country for 16 years. There are like Daud Haidar. He hasn't been there for 2 decades. Taslim Nasrin hasn't been there for decades. Just for what? For writing something? For writing a book? For writing something on Facebook? For doing a video against Islam? So isn't it about time that you fellow YouTubers, when you're traveling to that country, bring this issue to world attention as well? Because they will never win logically. They will never win with evidence. Their purpose is immoral. Their, their means to attain their purposes are also immoral. Think about that, my friends, when you travel to Bangladesh. Long live free speech. Let freedom reign. Thank you for listening.